We were just 2.1 kilometers away from the moon. Everyone was excited and waiting for a miracle to happen. Then suddenly, there was dead silence. Dreams of millions of Indians had crashed.
The communication from lander to ground station was lost.
Only 3 countries have made a landing on the moon so far. If Chandrayaan-2 had succeeded, India would have been the 4th. But it did not. ISRO lost contact with Chandrayaan-2 mission's Vikram lunar lander.
There was an error sitting in the software.
Sorry?
An error sitting in the software.
Okay.
But the error sitting in software will always will not be triggered because there are conditions that will drive you to that error. Once a software error occurred, the satellite lost its control. It couldn't realize that it is at this height and this crash landed.
Vikram was targeted for a landing plane about 600 kilometers from south pole of the moon. When ISRO lost contact, Vikram was traveling at 50 to 60 meters per second. It had to slow down to a speed of 2 meters per second for a safe landing. Vikram could have taken a shock of 5 meters per second, but not more than that. Before touchdown, it could not have reached this point. Vikram hit the moon's surface at a far greater speed and ended up damaging itself. Its debris was found a few months later. Despite this, the mission can't be called a complete failure. Its orbiter part was still working and ISRO gathered a lot of information through it.
The orbiter is still functioning. It is going to function for next 7 years to produce science data.
More so, ISRO has learned from this mission.
We had a failure in landing safely at the required velocity in the lander, but orbiter is still there. It is working beautifully to give the scientific instruments, are doing the measurements, and we are getting enough of data. But the final target of landing softly on the moon could not be achieved. So we took pains to understand why it went wrong, and we are very clear in the similar lines as I mentioned about the GSLV. We did a failure analysis. We found out through simulations what could have gone wrong. Again, no message came from there, I am wrong here or bad here, but we could synthesize it and understand over a period of time.
And now we are going back to the moon with a highly awaited Chandrayaan-3.